Every morning I'd wander through the alleys behind the shops. It wasn't just about me. I had someone waiting. Picking through garbage might seem desperate, but to me, it was my treasure hunt. The biggest prize? A scrap of meat worth sharing. I'd carry it gently in my mouth and trot over to her, my tail wagging as I approached the quiet alley where she waited. Her eyes lit up when she saw me, and I knew the effort was worth it. She'd nibble the offering and nuzzle my neck, a moment of love in our hard world. We didn't have much, but we had each other. One day we ventured further than usual and ended up on a beach. The sand felt strange under my paws at first, but the sound of the waves, oh, it was something else. We chased those waves, barked at seagulls who didn't care, and left our paw prints all over the shore. We climbed up a big rock and watched the sky melt into shades of orange and pink. I thought we'd sit there like that forever. But forever doesn't last, does it? That's when he showed up. He looked like he belonged in one of those fancy homes I could only imagine. His coat was shiny, his collar gleamed, and he walked like he owned the beach. I didn't want to feel small, but next to him, I couldn't help it. And when she saw him, something in her changed. Her tail wagged in a way I'd never seen before. He came over smooth and confident, showing off like he knew he was something special. She was drawn to him, no doubt about it. I could see the conflict in her eyes when she looked back at me, sitting there on the rock. For a moment I thought she'd stay, but she didn't. She walked away with him, their tails swaying together as they disappeared down the beach. I stayed on that rock for a long time. The waves kept crashing, and the sky grew darker. But I couldn't move. My chest ached in a way I didn't know it could. I let myself remember the games, the sunsets, the times we'd shared. It was all I had left of her now. I thought that was the end of my story. But then he came. A man, kind and quiet, approached me. I didn't trust humans much, but he didn't seem like the bad kind. He knelt down, held out something delicious, and waited patiently. My stomach growled louder than my pride, so I took it. His hand rested on my head, and for the first time in a long while, I felt something gentle. He didn't say much, but he didn't have to. When he stood and started walking away, I found myself following. I glanced back at the rock one last time, at the fading waves and the memories I'd leave behind. Then I walked on with him, toward the stars that had begun to appear in the night sky. Life goes on, even when it feels impossible. Maybe there's still hope for dogs like me.